So using abstract law to perform this program. Three classes are there. Abstract class is shape. First subclass is circle. One radius parameter or one radius variable is there. Square is the next subclass, which is also extending shape. Side is the variable there. You have to perform area and perimeter. So create these three classes. Which object I have to create from main method? Is that shape object or any other? Can I create shape object to perform the radius of circle? Then circle object I have to create, right? Circle and square. While creating the object, can we use this method right now? This constructor right now? Can we use this constructor, default constructor? What is the constructor available inside the class? So can I use default constructor? We already discussed, right? If a parameterized constructor is there, then JVM will not create default constructor. So can I use in this way? So I have to specify a value there. What value I am specifying here? Radius, right? Okay. So one radius value you have to give here. That you can take from user also. So pass a variable. You can take the value from user. This is what you have to do in main method. I am giving you the implementation. Like the idea, you have to implement this. Implementation idea I am giving. Implementation you have to do. So from this I am expecting that, like, this is my expectation as a user to this program. As a user to this program, this is my expectation. I should get the details in this format. If I am creating an object of the circle and I will give radius here, consider my radius is 5. So when I am accessing c dot object dot get area, I will get area of circle is this. What is the equation of area of circle? That you have to implement. You have to think where to implement that. But what I am accessing, what is this? What is this? Get area. From where you can find out get area in our program, in the question? Where? Get area. Where you can find out get area? Abstract class, right? So I am calling circle object dot get area. I have to get the area. So to get that value in this way, what operations you have to do? Think. Before writing the code, first make a plan. Then only you can execute it easily. Otherwise, again and again you have to re-edit it, right? So make a plan first. This is my expected output. If I am giving my radius value, I should get the radius area or perimeter value in this format. So I will only call one method, that is get area. In main method you have to implement this 6 lines. Think. So what we have to create first in this? Which class? Shape. Okay. So I am creating a new package for that because we have multiple classes, right? So how can I create a package? I given one package name also. 1 second. So package is created. Then what is the first class? Shape. Okay, shape is also created. This class is what? Okay, abstract. Then what we have to do inside this? First thing is what? So how can I create that? Okay, private, then int area, then what is next? Private int perimeter, then what is the next item? Which one? Calculate. Okay, so abstract methods, right? Can I give abstract methods as private here? Can I give private abstract method? Think. Can I give private abstract method? What is abstract method? abstract method. Block of code is not there, right? Where will I implement that? So if it is private here, then so no, we don't have to give that as private. If it is private, then can I access that outside the class? Public. Then what is next? Float. Then why I am using float? Okay, it is not mentioned there, right? Okay, I will give void. Then what is the name? Calculate area. If I am using float directly there, then I can get the data using by calling this method, right? Which method we are calling to get the area data? We are actually calling the variables. Getting my point? That is why I am not giving any float value. If I don't have a variable here, then I can give float here, right? I can directly call this method. This method will calculate the area value, and that we will return from this method. Here I am giving void. I will show you why I am giving void. Then, so this is what? This is an abstract class, right? Abstract method, correct? Abstract. So what I have to do here? Then one more abstract method is there. What is that? Perimeter. Okay. Then what we have next? How can I write getter setter method? Public getter return type. So area we can take float, right? Area and perimeter, because I also specified here float data. So float return type is float, then get area, then what we will return from here? Area. Because of variable is here, I am not specifying float here. Understanding? This method will not give us the area and perimeter value. We have to access this variable. Okay. Then what is next? Public float. Fine. Return perimeter. Anything else to be performed here? No, right? Nothing. We can even create constructor also in abstract class. Consider we are giving constructor. With and without constructor. First I will do without constructor, then I will show you how to implement constructor here. So shape implementation is done right now. Then what we have to do next? In the same package we can create, okay, circle. What we have to do with this? Circle extends shape. So what is the error now? Okay, how many variables are required for circle? Private, int, radius. Okay, then this also I can consider as float. It is according to you. If you have to give this as float, you can give float, no problem. Then after this, okay, correct, circle constructor is created. We need variable, right? Then what we have to do here? What is the use of constructor? Constructor is using for, here what is the use of constructor? Initialization is also there because we can see the parameter. So how can I initialize? This dot radius equal to radius. Correct. Whatever radius is passing from main method will come here and initialize in this radius variable. Radius variable of the object, not the class. That concept already we discussed, right? Then what is next? What is the calculation? What calculation I can make here? So what we are doing actually? Area of. So where we will store the data? We are not using return type. So where we will store the data? That already I said. Where we will store the data? In the correct area, right? Area variable. Shape area variable which is inside the shape. How can I access that here? How can I access area variable? Area variable is there in shape. How can I access that here? It is already in it is already in inheritance, right? So I can do several operations. I can do this dot. Can I use this dot? Okay, this dot, okay, that is private, right? So I cannot use this dot. Then what can I use here? Okay, if I am using super, can I access the data? No. In that also I cannot access. Then what is the way? How can I access it? Understanding? The data are private. So why we are not able to get area here? Because area is private. Private data I cannot access outside the class. Correct. So how can I initialize these variables, area and perimeter variable, after calculating the area? I cannot use this here because it is private data. I cannot use super also. Class name reference will work with only static content, right? Our all items are non-static right now. So it is in object. We cannot use a class reference. Then we can use set method inside our shape class. Set method. We only used get method, right? We only implemented get method. So we can use setter methods also, so that we can easily, after performing the calculation, we can store the data into this variables using setter method, or we can use what? Constructor. Getting my point? So both are same. Setter method is using for setting one by one, data one by one. If I am using constructor means what? I have to perform both, finding the calculating the area and calculating the perimeter. Then only I can use the constructor, right? Constructor is using for both initialization. Getting my point? So let's say public. What is the syntax of setter method? Void set area then what is the data type? Float area. This is one technique. So here we can write what? This dot area equal to area. Correct? This is one technique. So we will try to implement area first, then we will come and write the code for perimeter. So again saving the code, going to circle. Here what is the calculation actually to find out the area? Pi. From where I can get the pi value? Okay, math dot pi. Then into math dot power radius 2 square, right? pi r square. So r square we will get from here, pi value we are getting from here. Then where will I store this data? I can create a variable. What is the area data type actually? Float area equal to this value. What is the error here? If I am using math dot or math function, I will get the data type as double. Can I store double value in float? What change I have to make? What change? How can I convert this result into float? Which typecasting? Implicit or explicit? If it is implicit, then it will not show the error, right? So it is explicit. What change I have to make? How can I change it? The whole thing, this result I have to convert, correct? Bracket what? Double. To which data type I am converting? Float. So that I have to specify. That is explicit typecasting, right? So I given float. So I am storing that in area. Area is a local variable for this method, correct? How can I give this value to the that shape variable? How can I give that value? No, it is still private. Okay, super dot, correct. Super or this I can use. This dot, can I access get set area? Because why I can access that set here, this here? Already extending, right? We are extending that, so I can use this or super. This dot area, set area, I am passing this area, local variable. So this variable will go, the value will go to this shape. Here the value will assign to the variable of shape. So I can access the variable by using this get area right now. Yes or no? Value is updating, right? Area value is getting updated right now. So I can use that get area right now. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can I access get area to get the area of circle? Yes. Okay. So in the same way I can also create what? Setter method for perimeter. Value will be perimeter. How can I assign that? This dot perimeter. Here it is perimeter, correct? So setter method for perimeter is also implemented. Save the code, go to circle. How can I implement calculate perimeter method? What is the equation? What is the equation? 2 pi r. How can I write that code? I can do one more difference in this. This dot set perimeter, then what is the calculation? 2 into math dot pi into radius. This result will be what? Double. How can I typecast it? I have to give this whole thing in a bracket, then in front of that bracket float. Here what is the difference? I am not taking this into a variable like this, correct? I am not taking this expression, I am directly passing into setter method. Any doubt in these two operations? Here I am taking another variable and I am passing that variable. Here what I am doing, without taking a variable, I am directly giving that into setter method. So the result will go to that setter method, right? Yes or no? Do you have any doubt in this portion? Understanding, right? Instead of taking another variable, I am just passing that directly. Here also I can do the same operation. Just take this portion, give it in the setter method, so that I don't have to just waste a variable there. Directly I am giving. Any doubt? Guys, any doubt? Okay, so a calculation of area and perimeter is done, right? So this we are actually using with the setter method, correct? So can I use constructor for this in our shape class? Can I use constructor for this? Can I use constructor for this? So how can I use constructor for this? How can I create a constructor? That is easy, right? Public constructor. What is the name of constructor? Shape. Then we will pass that variables parameters. Two parameters are there, area and perimeter, and we will initialize that. Correct. So this constructor how can I use in our circle class? What is the error here right now? Why it is showing error? Why it is showing error in circle class right now? I created one constructor in super class. So in circle class, in subclass, I am getting one error. What is the error? If I am performing inheritance and I have a parameterized constructor in shape, I have to call that constructor from our subclass constructor. Otherwise it will throw you error. I will just remove this portion so that you will get the idea. I will just create that constructor again. Can you see this? Automatically what is happening here? Super area and perimeter is performing, but we don't know what is area and perimeter, right? We are not taking that from user side, so these values we don't know. From where we are finding these values? Calculate, right? Can I call calculate here? No. Here calculate, can I call here? No. Understanding my point? Because it is not giving any value back to here. So what I can do is, instead of this, here I have specified parameter, right? So I will also give default. Default also I given. Is there any error now? Is there any error now? If a constructor is specified in superclass, that I have to call from subclass. When I am creating an object, this constructor also should be called. So here I am calling what? Default constructor. I am not going to initialize any value here. After this, what I can do? I can call calculate area. I can call calculate perimeter. If I am calling calculate area, what will happen? Radius is already there, right? With this radius, okay, this also I have to do first. So radius I am initializing, then I will call calculate area. What will happen in calculate area? It will find out the area. It will assign to the variable of superclass. Correct? If I am calling calculate perimeter, what will happen? Find out the perimeter and it will assign to the perimeter. While creating itself, all the things are happening, right? Whatever requirement is there, all the things are happening, right? So after creation, can I call get area right now? Getting my point? After creation of the object, while creating the object itself, we have to give the radius, correct? And we are using this constructor. Inside this constructor itself, I am calling these two methods. If I am calling this method, what operation is performing? What operation is performing if I am calling this method? It will find out the area based on the radius, and it will set the value in superclass variable. Yes or no? Yes or no? Perimeter also same, right? So I am calling that two items from here. These methods are void. I don't have to expect any value in this constructor. Correct? So it will, while creation itself, I am initializing the radius value and I should get the area and perimeter value in the superclass variables. Then I can directly call subclass object dot get area. Yes or no? Are you understanding this idea? Because what I said, from main method I will create the object. After creating the object, I am directly accessing get area. I am not performing any other operations. Correct? This is the requirement, right? Correct. I am not calling any method like calculate area or any other method. I am not calling anything, right? I am just giving the radius, creating the object. So next thing is c dot get area. I should get the area. C dot, oh here it is perimeter, sorry. Here also it is perimeter. Understanding this? The requirement is what? I have to create the object. While creating the object itself, I am initializing radius, and also I should initialize area and perimeter. Then only I can directly call get area, right? So that is why in the constructor I have created initialization of variable, and also I am calling get calculate area and calculate perimeter. These two methods will help me to initialize, find out the area value and find out the perimeter value, and the result will be stored in superclass variables. Understanding my point? Okay, we will try this whether it is working or not. Save this code also. So both the files are saved. I have to create a main class, right? Main class, right? So here I am creating main shape or shape main. I am just creating a main method class. Then what we are calling get area and get perimeter. We will check whether it is working or not. Are we getting the answer? Is this the expected answer here? You can see the answer also I created, right? Calculated. Is this the expected output we are getting? Yes or no? So we have created only one object, right? Only one object is created and we are calculating. Directly we are calling the value. Any doubt in this? Get area we are calling, get perimeter we are calling, we are getting the answer. We are not performing any other operation from here. Getting my point? I am just creating an object, calling the method. Calling the method for the value, not for performing any operation for finding the area or operation for finding the perimeter. Can you complete this for circle also? Yes, circle is already done. Square. Can you complete the same operation for square? So you have completed this implementation of this program, right? Then all the points related to abstract class. Are you understanding all the points related to abstract class? What are the points available? Like, can you just recall it? First point, what we have discussed? Abstract. Okay, how we can hide the data? Using abstract method, right? So where we can create abstract method? Abstract methods can be created only inside abstract class. What are the things we can create inside abstract class? Abstract methods and non-abstract or concrete, right? Normal methods or abstract methods I can create in abstract class. Then we can create variables also, then getter setter methods, constructor, that is also there. So abstract class can contain, basically, like, with respect to this abstraction, we can say abstract class can contain concrete method and abstract method. So can you say, like, can I create an object of this abstract class? No. And also we have concrete methods, right? So can you say this abstract class will achieve 100% of abstraction? Why? Concrete methods means what? Method implementation is there, correct? So if I am inheriting that, I cannot change the method implementation because already it is there inside the abstract class. Concrete method I am saying, don't confuse, right? So how we can achieve 100% of abstraction? If we have only abstract methods, then I can consider I am performing 100% of abstraction. But the problem with abstract class is what? It can contain concrete methods also. If it is containing concrete method, then I cannot say it is performing 100% of abstraction. So we have to create a new item which will only contain abstract methods. That is called interfaces. Interfaces is also a kind of class, but it is not actually a class. It is, we can consider interface is a blueprint of classes. It can only contain blueprint methods or abstract methods. We will not give the implementation there. Only method definitions will be there. So can you tell me how we can create interface in Java? We have interface keyword, correct. What is the syntax of creating a class? Class syntax. Public, class, class name, right? What is the change in creating interface? Interface syntax will be public, interface, and interface name, or we can say like interface name. It is enough. Okay. No need of confusion. Interface name. So we can create interface in this format. What can be contained inside interface? Only abstract methods. And also, what about variables? Can I contain? Can I insert? Can I give normal variables here? Like in abstract class, we can give normal variables also, right? But here, can we give normal variables? Yes or no? Then, can I create normal instance variables here? No. Then, what we can give? Correct? We cannot. Then, we can create variable, but variables will be constant. Correct, constant. So constant, how we can create constant variables? Constant datas. Yes. Variables means actually it is changing the data, but we are using that word always, right? So here the variable will be constant. We cannot change the data after creating. So constant items I can create. That is using final keyword. Interface can contain only abstract methods, or in terms of variable it can contain only constant items, constant datas. So how we can write constant datas here? What is the syntax? Public. Can I create private item? Then what is the use? Nothing, right? Public final, correct. Then okay, int, I'm just taking one data, int number equal to final. Can I give final data like this? Try create an interface. Creating an interface, like how you are going to create an interface? You can just right click here, new. Can you see interface? Directly click on interface. Interface name you can give us interface demo. Interface demo. So we are going to create int number. Can I create in this way? What is the error? Like we have to use public and final, otherwise you will get confused. I will give you that idea. Public final int number. What is the error here? We have to give a value, because final means it is a constant data. We have to give the value, and after this we cannot change the value. Value is fixed. If I am using number in my project anywhere, I can only access 10. I cannot change the value in this. It is like a pi value, right? Math.pi. Can I change math.pi? Like you are using math.pi, right? Here what I am going to do is math.pi. Is that a variable? Is this a normal variable? What is this? This will be a constant data. So pi, can I give equal to, if it is just a variable, I can reassign that, right? What is this error? What is this? Cannot be assigned, because it is a final variable. Final variable means what? Constant. I cannot reassign. So pi is an example of constant variable. We cannot change. So here also I have created one constant data. I cannot change the value after giving this data. 10 is the value. I cannot change this value 10. Getting my point? So interface will contain only final data and also method. What about method? What about method? Abstract. Can I give body part here? No. So let me try to remove this abstract keyword from here. You might get confused, but just focus. I'm changing this final also. Is there any error? What is this method right now? Can I give this bracket? No. I have removed abstract, but it is not acting as a normal method, right? So in interface, we have an option. Even if I'm not specifying final or abstract, this will be by default. Whatever we are creating, all the variables will be by default final, and all the methods it will be by default abstract. Even though we are not giving that, even though we are not specifying that keyword, The data will be abstract and final. Data members will be abstract and final. Note down this, because in interview you can get this idea like they have created some method in this way. You might get confused in that point. So even though we are not representing that keywords, this items inside the interface will be by default final and abstract. Don't forget these points, it is really important. So what is an interface? How you can give a definition for interface? Interface we can consider as a blueprint of class. So how we can implement blueprint this interface? How we can use this interface? We have to inherit this interface into subclasses. Getting my point? We have to inherit this interface into subclasses, as same as like our abstract class. We have to inherit this into our subclasses, then we have to write all the unimplemented methods. Getting my point? So here also there is no difference in that operations. We cannot create an object of interface because there is unimplemented methods are there. Then how can I create object? We cannot create. So same as we have to inherit this into, same as our abstract class, we have to inherit this into our subclass object I can create, then I have to implement all the methods there. Correct. Remaining operations are same. When we will use interface, when we will use abstract class. If I have to achieve 100% of abstraction, what we can use? Interface. If I have to assign, like if I have to create some variable and if I have to do some initialization operations or some another methods also I have to create along with the abstraction, then abstract class is there. But both the ideas are same. Only the difference is this will provide 100% of abstraction because this is not allowing concrete method. And normal variables are also not possible. Only final data and abstract methods. Any doubt in this? Are you understanding the idea of interface? Also, one thing we have discussed in inheritance. Multiple inheritance is possible using interface. It is not possible using class, but I said we can use this in Java, right? Using interface we can implement multiple inheritance. So interface is actually helping in two items, two concepts of OOP, object oriented programming. It is helping in abstraction and also it is helping in inheritance. How we can make multiple inheritance? First we will try to implement multiple inheritance using class. What is multiple inheritance? So I am just creating another package. So I have created class 1. I am creating subclass 1 right now. So this is okay. I will create one more class, right? How multiple inheritance is performing? two parent classes. So second parent class also I am creating. So class 2. In class 2 I am creating two different items. Int number equal to 3. No, number 3 equal to 30. Int number 4 equal to 40. So how many variables are there right now in class 1 and class 2? Class 1 is one parent class, class 2 is considering a second parent class. I have one child class. What is the child class name? Subclass 1. How can I extend? Like how can I inherit both together? Like as multiple inheritance, multiple. So extends class 1. Any error in this class 1? Okay, C is capital. Any error in this? What type of inheritance is this? This one. Only single, right? So for multiple inheritance I have to write class 2 here. Is that possible? We already discussed about this. Is this possible? I cannot specify using comma. Then how can I perform this? Through interfaces I can do that. Through interface I can do. Like we can do this in different ways, but using classes it is not possible. Two classes I cannot extend in this way. Two classes I cannot extend in this way. I cannot inherit from two classes. Let me create this class as my interface. What change I have to make? Class 2, right? Class 2. How can I change this to interface? Where I have to use interface keyword? Okay. So what is this right now? So can I use interface here? What is the keyword using for inheriting from interface? It is not extend. Implements. Can I extend all the properties of one interface to class? Yes or no? Along with this, can I extend all the properties of another class? Can I do like this? So multiple inheritance, right? If it is if both this class 1 and class 2 are in interfaces, then no, class 1 is this one. I am inheriting from class 1 and class 2. Subclass 1 is this one. I am inheriting from class 1 and class 2. Here class 1 is, this is a, what is this? This is a class. Class 2 is an interface. Correct. Class 1 is a class. Class 2 is an interface. So from inheriting from a class item, I am using extends. To inheriting from an interface, I am using implements. What if both class 1 and class 2 are interfaces? Can I use class 1 comma class 2? Implements class 1 comma class 2. What change I have to make? Class 1 is still class, right? I will make it as interface. So save. Right now both the parent classes are what? Interfaces, right? Can I use like this? Any error? Any error? So this is possible. That is the difference between multiple inheritance. It is not possible in class, but it is possible in interface. So multiple interface in multiple inheritance also, interface is helping. Interface is providing multiple inheritance also in Java. So multiple inheritance is also possible. If interviewer is asking you like how many type of inheritance is there in Java or in OOP, so you have to point out 5. type of interfaces. Then at last you have to point out that multiple inheritance is not possible using classes, because we cannot write extends one class comma another class. That why it is not possible? Because it will again make the system complex. We cannot do that in simple way. So what we can do is, like this multiple inheritance concept is able to implement using interfaces. One interface and one class. I can access both the properties into one subclass. That is also possible. Or if both the parent classes are interfaces, we can access that into subclass. That is also possible. So in that way we can implement multiple inheritance. So in inheritance and abstraction, interface is helping. Correct? In inheritance and abstraction. How it is helping in abstraction? To provide what? 100% of abstraction. Even though abstraction is what? Hiding the data, but abstract keyword is not allowing to perform 100% of abstraction, because it is also contains concrete methods. Using interface, we are just removing that difficulty, that problem, that disadvantage we are removing. So interface can only contain abstract methods, so it is performing 100% of abstraction. And in inheritance also, interface is helping us to make multiple inheritance. In interface also, in inheritance also, interface is helping to make multiple inheritance. Any doubt? Working is same. Working of this interface is same as abstract class. We are using this for making all the different subunits to work as a unit, same single unit. Any doubt in this interface concept? Can I create an object of interface? No. It is same as like our abstract class. Then how we can use an interface? We have to inherit that into subclass. Then using the object of like in that subclass we have to write the unimplemented methods. Then we can create the object of subclass to use that all properties. So interface is also allowing subclass to implement the methods. If two subclasses are there for same interface, that subclass can decide what to give in their implementation. But both the subclasses will follow the same rule. Correct? Same rule which is provided by the interface. Okay. So we discussed about inheriting interface, like we have discussed about inheriting interface into class, right? Inheriting all the properties of one interface into class. Which keyword we are using? Implements. Yes or no? So consider I am going to give you another idea right now. This I am going to change. What is this right now? It is just a class, right? It is just a class. What is this? Interface. What is this? This is also interface. Can I implement one interface? Can I inherit one interface to another interface? Using? So if I am inheriting same item to another item, like class to class or interface to interface, then I have to use the keyword extends. If I am inheriting from different item to different, like an example we can say class to, we cannot extend from class, interface to class. There what we can use? Implements. That is the difference between these two keywords. both are using for inheritance. Extends and implements. If I am trying to inherit one different property to another, like class to interface to class, what keyword I have to use? Implements. Interface to class. Same item extend, different item implements. Clear? So interface to interface, then extends. Getting my point? So how can I extend all the properties of, inherit all the properties of class 1 here? This is what? Class or interface? Is this class or interface? So how can I get all the properties of class 1 here? Extends, because both are interfaces. Extends class 2. And how can I inherit all the properties of class, this is class 1, right? Okay, so this is interface, so we are using extends. So how can I access all the properties of class 2 to subclass? What is class 2? Class 2 is an interface, subclass is class. How can I inherit? Can I use extends? Implements. Implements what? Class 2. Any error now? So are you understanding this concept ideas?